The Spirit's Book. Spiritualist Philosophy. The Spirit's Book containing the principles of Spiritist doctrine, on the immortality of the soul, the nature of spirits and their relations with men, the moral laws, the present life, the future life, and the destiny of the human race. According to the teachings of spirits of high degree, collected and ordered by Alain Kardec. French original title, Le Livre d'Esprit, Paris, April 18, 1857. Index. Introduction, Prolegomena. Book 1st, Chapter 1, God. God and Infinity. Proofs of the existence of God. Attributes of the Divinity. Pantheism. Chapter 2, General Elements of the Universe. Knowledge of the First Principles of Things. Spirit and Matter. Properties of Matter. Universal Space. Chapter 3, Creation, Formation of Worlds. Production of Living Beings. Peopling of the Earth. Adam. Diversity of Human Races. Plurality of Worlds. The Biblical Account of the Creation. Chapter 4, The Vital Principle, Organic and Inorganic Beings, Life and Death, Intelligence and Instinct. Book 2nd, The Spirit World or World of Spirits. Chapter 1, Spirits, Origin and Nature of Spirits, Primitive and Normal World. Form and Ubiquity of Spirits, Perispirit, Different Orders of Spirits. Spirit Hierarchy, Progression of Spirits, Angels and Demons. Chapter 2, Incarnation of Spirits, Aim of Incarnation, the Soul, Materialism. Chapter 3, Return from Corporeal to the Spirit Life, the Soul After Death, Separation of Soul and Body, Spiritualistic Disorder. Chapter 4, Plurality of Existences, Reincarnation, Justice of Reincarnation, Incarnation in Different Worlds, Progressive Transmigrations, Fate of Children After Death, Sex in Spirits, Relationship, Filiation, Physical and Moral Likeness, Innate Ideas. Chapter 5, Considerations on the Plurality of Existences. Chapter 6, Spirit Life, Errant or Wandering Spirits, Transitional Worlds, Perceptions, Sensations, and Sufferings of Spirits, Theoretic Explanation of the Nature of Sensation in Spirits, Choice of Earthly Trials, Relationships Beyond the Grave, Sympathies and Antipathies of Spirits. Eternal Halves, Remembrance of Corporeal Existence, Commemoration of the Dead. Funerals. Chapter 7, Return to Corporeal Life, Preludes to Return. Union of Soul and Body, Moral and Intellectual Faculties, Influence of Organism, Idiocy. Madness, Infancy, Terrestrial Sympathies and Antipathies, Forgetfulness of the Past. Chapter 8, Emancipation of the Soul, Sleep and Dreams, Visits between the Spirits of Living Persons. Occult Transmission of Thought, Lethargy, Catalepsy, Apparent Death. Somnambulism, Trance, Second Sight, Explanation of Somnambulism, Trance, and Second Sight. Chapter 9, Intervention of Spirits in the Corporeal World. Penetration of our thoughts by spirits, Occult influence of spirits on our thoughts and actions. Possession, convulsionaries, affection of certain spirits for certain persons, guardian angels. Protecting, familiar, and sympathetic spirits, presentiments. Influence of spirits on the events of human life. Action of spirits in the phenomena of nature. Spirits during battle, pacts with spirits, occult power. Talismans. Sorcerers, benedictions and curses. Chapter 10, Occupations and Missions of Spirits. Chapter 11, The Three Rains, Minerals and Plants, Animals and Men, Metempsychosis. Book 3rd, Moral Laws. Chapter 1, Divine or Natural Law, Characteristics of Natural Law. Knowledge of Natural Law, Good and Evil, Division of Natural Law. Chapter 2, Law of Adoration, Aim of Adoration, External Acts of Adoration, Life of Contemplation, Prayer, Polytheism, Sacrifices. Chapter 3, Law of Labor, Necessity of Labor, Limit of Labor, Rest. Chapter 4, Law of Reproduction, Population of the Globe, Succession and Improvement of Races, Obstacles to Reproduction, Marriage and Celibacy, Polygamy. Chapter 5, Law of Preservation, Instinct of Self-Preservation, Means of Self-Preservation, Enjoyment of the Goods of the Earth, Necessaries and Superfluities, Voluntary Privations, Mortifications. Chapter 6, Law of Destruction, Necessary Destruction and Unjustifiable Destruction, Destructive Calamities, War, Murder, Cruelty, Dueling, Capital Punishment. Chapter 7, Social Law, Necessity of Social Life, Life of Isolation, Vow of Silence, Family Ties. Chapter 8, Law of Progress, State of Nature, March of Progress, Degenerate Peoples, Civilization, Progress of Human Legislation, Influence of Spiritism on Progress. Chapter 9, Law of Equality, Natural Equality, inequality of aptitudes, social inequalities, inequality of riches, trials of riches and of poverty, equality of rights of men and women, equality in death. Chapter 10, Law of Liberty, Natural Liberty, Slavery, Freedom of Thought, Freedom of Conscience, Free Will, Fatality, Foreknowledge, Theoretic Summary of the Springs of Human Action. Chapter 11, Law of Justice, of Love, and of Charity, Natural Rights and Justice, Right of Property, Robbery, Charity, Love of the Neighbor, Maternal and Filial Affection. Chapter 12, Moral Perfection, Virtues and Vices, the Passions, Selfishness, Characteristics of the Virtuous Man, Self-Knowledge. Book 4th, Hopes and Consolations. Chapter 1, Earthly Joys and Sorrows, Happiness and Unhappiness, Loss of those we love, Disappointments, Ingratitude, Blighted affections, Antipathetic unions, Fear of death, Weariness of life, Suicide. Chapter 2, Future Joys and Sorrows, Nothing, Future Life, Intuition of Future Joys and Sorrows, Intervention of God in Rewards and Punishments, Nature of Future Joys and Sorrows, Temporal Sorrows, Expiation and Repentance, Duration of Future Penalties, Resurrection of the Body, Paradise, Hell, Purgatory. Conclusion.